Hi, I'm Pete Keller with Republic Services. I'm here today with Richard Copeland, and we're going to talk to you about Republic Services 2016 Sustainability Report. One of Republic Services sustainability goals is the addition of recycling capacity on a national level, and that's a year-over-year goal and something that we take very seriously. So obviously, as we look to leverage those capabilities and capacities across multiple markets in the U.S., our municipal customers play a significant role. And Rich, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I was wondering if you could talk to us a little bit about our municipal markets and our municipal customers, and maybe primarily some of the challenges that they face in solving for or creating recycling solutions in their various cities.
Absolutely, Pete. You know, the municipal team has been really focused on going out and talking to municipal customers, council members, mayors, staff. And in the past 6 to 12 months, we've been educating them on 3 key areas that are making it difficult for companies like Republic Services to cover their cost. So those 3 areas are packaging and lightweighting of the material that's actually being recycled. Second is the commodity rates, the ability for us to sell and recoup cost on the open market for the commodities. And then the third is public education and the impact that residents not knowing what to do can have on the costs of dealing with what they end up throwing away.
Yeah, so 3 big buckets there, right?
Yeah.
And lots of things for these cities to consider. Could you talk a little bit more specifically about some of the changes that are occurring in the material stream?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if we look at packaging, packaging continues to evolve. It continues to change as the manufacturers want to outdo each other and come up with something that's more novel and protects their product a little bit better. Sometimes that packaging is not recyclable, or in other cases it may be recyclable, but there might not be an end buyer for it in the area right around you. And so there's challenges with that we need to remain aware of and communicate with our customers in each market. The next item is lightweighting. You know, you think about a water bottle, and a water bottle today will barely stand up on the table because they've taken all of the excess plastic out of it. And what that means to us is it's still a water bottle. It's still the same transaction to collect and to process, but now it weighs half as much. And so, you know, that means we're working twice as hard to collect and aggregate a ton of that plastic that we can take to the market, which turns into more cost.
Yeah, I think of one of the other significant changes that have occurred in the material stream, and this is an example that would be familiar to everybody, is just digital media, right? So newsprint, you know, used to represent maybe 25 to 30% of the product that we made and sold, and today it's less than 10 in most markets. So you know, folks are just getting their news in different ways, and the newsprint industry, at least in this country, has really suffered for it, and we see that in the material that we collect and process. Can you talk a little bit about maybe some things that we can do contractually to make those relationships and those programs more durable in a market, and maybe talk about a few successes?
Absolutely. 2 cities come to mind. One of them is, it's an example in the collection space where we actually collect the material. And then the second one I'll talk about is in the processing and how we handle that. On the collection front, I'm reminded of a city in Louisiana. And the original contract that was set with them, we actually didn't charge for recycling collection. It was free, of all things, because back in the day, you might be able to recoup your costs for collection and processing and everything with the sale of the commodity. Those times have all changed, as we just covered. So the mayor in this town was really worried about the net effect of rolling a significant price increase for recycling to their customers. They were even worried that the program might go away if the residents said, I'm not used to paying anything, I don't want to pay that new price. But we were able to sit down and educate the mayor and explain to her some other options that could address cost as well as price. And by taking that town from a weekly service to every other week, then we could restructure our plan. We actually took 6 trucks out of the operation, and so the cost went down significantly and took a lot of the pressure off of the price increase. So I'm happy to say in the end, we continue to execute that program. The mayor's happy, the residents are happy, and we are in a much more durable position to go forward and continue to serve them. The second example is a town in Texas that we were collecting but processing that material, and they were paying us a per ton charge to process that was actually less than the cost to run the facility itself. So we were upside down every time they would bring us something to do, and that put us in a position that we had to try and make up the difference with the commodity value on the back end. Again, through open, candid dialogue with the customer and educating them around all these changes, we were able to recast that so they cover our cost to process, and in return for that, we give them a much higher percentage of the commodity value so they can share in that upside on the back end.
No, those are great examples,
Yeah.
and great outcomes. I mean, you know, you mentioned individual family members, and you know, we think about customer accounts, and of course that all boils up to the municipal level. You know, in my experience, and I'm sure in yours, you know, most customers not only demand recycling as a basic service in their community, but they certainly expect it, right? So, you know, whenever we can employ techniques or methods to make sure that these programs are durable, you know, through changing markets and through changing material streams, I think from a comprehensive planning standpoint in communities that we can provide solutions that are going to be there over the long term, and that, you know, that is one of the basic definitions of sustainability. I want to thank you for being here today. Appreciate all the work that you and your teams are doing to advance our sustainability goals, and more importantly, create durable solutions for the cities that we serve.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Anytime, Pete.
Yeah.